it's primarily a resource manager, and it also provides interface between the bare hardware and the user. And these are the different types of resource categories. Small change that I made in the slides, and because of that I have not yet forwarded you the slides. I have copied this particular figure from the book by Dhamdhere. It's a Tata McGraw-Hill publication book, and the PDF is also available free to use. So I'll forward this book as well as these slides after this class. And mostly these first two lectures, you will find it from the reference from Dhamdhere chapter 2. Okay, and the basic idea is to chapter 2 and 3 mostly. So the basic idea is to give overview of the computing system, because the computing system, as we see the schematic view of it. So this thing you have already studied in your introduction to computing course, or even in the architecture class, or you have got some more details of the CPU block while you have studied the microprocessor course. So these are all there, but to have a completeness to the discussion that I'll make, I have presented it once again, and you'll find in almost all the OS books there's a chapter which talks about the architecture and the hardware, the components specifically. And you must know that from the OS designer's perspective, if you are designing an operating system, just the schematic view will not be enough. You have to know the exact number of registers, the width of the bus, the size of the RAM, and all the details. However, from the say a student's perspective, or in the context of a basic OS course, it will be enough to have just the overview of the subsystems, and so that you can refer to it. So this is the figure that you can refer. I just added this secondary memory portion to it, which is also connecting to the bus. And what we found is in a OS course module, we'll have the CPU management or the processor management, memory management, which actually deals with the RAM management, the file management or the disk management, and the IO device management. And we'll be focusing on the first three mostly, and we'll see that if we can have some discussion on the last module. So these are all there. I mean, it provides an abstraction and the different layers of a computing system and in which layer operating system lies. And then we started talking about the general view of a computing system and trying to have a bit more details of the hardware architecture, which the operating system will be abstracting. And through this, the another intention is to come up or to get introduced to some of the terminologies also, which will be referring often. So we talked about the first two slides. In fact, as I mentioned, I have replaced that figure. So this includes the cache in the memory. So apart from the RAM, it has got the L3 cache, and the cache memory is faster than the RAM but slower than the CPU registers, and you know the purpose of that. So this is what it means. And I have added one more term, that's kernel. In the system area, there's a term that we often use while discussing about OS, is a kernel. Now kernel, it may be used in different contexts, but mostly the meaning is, I mean, that we'll be happy with is this is the core of the OS. So the OS is a system software which consists of a number of modules or small program segments, and you can think the core of the OS, because it is not the entire operating system. Set of operating system modules will be required throughout when the system is on, but core of it will be always loaded in the RAM or the primary memory in the system area. So this you can think of the kernel and or the resident part, and the rest will be swapped as and when required. So this is one important term, kernel. an